Are you listening, darling? Look what we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look what we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look what we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look what we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another another live stream. So, of course, today is Monday, the 4th of November. The weekend has been, and I can see Bitcoin is continuing to dump here, and we have just tapped a bit of an important level. Okay, so I guess this is where we're going to start off with, right? We're going to start off with where Bitcoin is. What is Bitcoin doing? And we are coming into a very, very, very important level, which if we scroll up onto the Discord, this is what I was talking about. A little bit lower down. Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. Where are we? Here. So this is what I said. This is what I said all the way back on the 31st of October. So this is a day after I entered into the short trade. I told the team here, losing value area high would mean that I would look towards the POC, which of course lines up perfectly with the weekly naked point of control, which I'm interested in longing. So that's exactly what we've just done now. Okay, we have just tapped. What am I doing? Tapped the POC. So we have just tapped the POC, okay? So this is exactly what I was looking for, right? Exactly what I was looking for after we entered into this trade. We got accepted below value area high, okay? Then for me, that is a sign of weakness. And of course, we can then look towards that next level below us, which of course is that POC. And of course, I have just taken some more profit here as well. So I just told the team here just before we came live as well. Lots of where are we here? Yeah, just closed some more of the trade above POC. So yeah, noticed that we were coming into that POC. So I thought I'd just lock in a little bit more profit because this was a level of this is a level of interest, which of course is going to be a take profit point as well, because level of interests, right, are of course when we are looking for trades, and the only trade that I can look for at this level is a potential long trade, right? This is the only trade that I can look for here, and that is a long trade. Why? Because price is pulling back. Again, I am not I'm not a trader to follow trends, right? I do not like to follow what the sheep are doing. So when price is pulling back like this, I do not want to short, and exactly like price was rising up here, I did not want to long. Okay, I was only looking for short trades, and yeah, on this pullback, I'm only looking for long trades, right? And we have come into an area, of course, which I'm interested in longing, right? This kind of area here, where there, in my opinion, is a lot. And I mean a lot of confluence, right? I do believe as though there is a lot of confluence at this level. I, of course, am looking for certain things to, of course, take that long trade. And of course, we will be talking about that today. We will go through, kind of what I'm looking for in terms of this long trade and, how I'm going to kind of play this, right? So, yeah, let's jump into that and talk about that. But before we do, please do make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this this content to you, of course, as well. So yeah, make sure that you do that. Really helps me out. Like I said, helps the channel out, and yeah, I can continue to bring this content to you. If you're new, of course, as well, please do subscribe. And yeah, like the other live streams, like I've been saying in the other live streams, I am going to do a $500 giveaway at 500 subscribers. We're almost halfway there, so yeah, a little bit more of a push, and yeah, we can do a $500 giveaway. So yes, yeah, I guess we can get into it, right? I guess we can get into it and yeah, talk about what's happening here, right? What is happening? What has been happening? Well, let's start off with, of course, the long trade. Sorry, the short trade. Okay, let's start off with that. So, of course, yeah, as price was rising here, we had lots of millions upon millions of long trades opening up, right? You can see here 500,000. You can see 104 million here. You can see 62 million here. You can see 27 million here. We had a huge amount of long trades opening up on this move up right here. Okay, huge amounts of long trades, right? And initially, yeah, this is bullish. Okay, this is bullish. This is, of course, what has been pushing price up, right? But unfortunately, these are FOMO retail traders. Okay, and what happens to these FOMO retail traders is that they can get wrecked very quickly. Okay, very quickly, and it can get quite messy. And that's exactly what we've seen here. We've seen price, of course, start to pull back, right, on this sign of weakness after tapping this naked point of control at 73,475. Okay. And yeah, what did we do? We put millions upon millions of these long trades at the high offside. Okay, in my opinion, this is a big sign of weakness, right? A big sign of weakness. And, you know, we've been taking these trades for, well, we always take these trades, right? But, you know, we've been taking a lot of these trades recently. We took one from here, one from here, one from here, one from here, one from there, one from there, and of course, one from here, right? We've shorted literally all of these peaks. Why? Because we've seen the exact same thing over and over again, right? What have we been seeing? Well, we've been seeing these longs open up, these FOMO longs open up at the high, okay? And then, of course, price comes into resistance, we start to pull back a little bit. And what happens to these over-leveraged, over-positioned long trades? Well, what happens to them is they get wrecked. Okay, and that's exactly what happened here. Of course, price has been pulling back. And what has been happening? Well, all of these long trades have been getting squeezed out. So we've been seeing a long squeeze, right? We have also seen some shorts opening up as well. Okay, not a huge amount, but we have seen some shorts opening up, which of course has added fuel to the fire. And yeah, like I said to the team just before I came live as well, here, lots of shorts opening, which would be good for a long. So what are we starting to see now? We're starting to see millions of shorts open up. Okay, and this is what we want to see for the inverse trade of the trade that I'm in now. Of course, that long trade, right? So instead of looking for a long squeeze, we'd then be looking for a short squeeze, right? So this that we're seeing right here is actually quite good, okay, for a long trade, right? We've come into a level of interest of mine, right? We're seeing what I want to see down here, okay, i.e. the shorts opening up, right? So you can see here, we've got 12 million, 4 million, 12 million here. Okay, we could actually go down into the 30-minute, get a bit more of an in-depth view into this. So 5.6, 6.3, 1.3, 3.6, 8.5. Right, we've got a lot of shorts opening up at these lows. Okay, and this is exactly right. This is exactly like the high that I just shorted. Okay, exactly like it, just in the opposite order. Right, so we're just seeing something. You know, we're just seeing the opposite, right? That's all we're seeing, okay? From what we saw up at this high, okay, with all of those longs opening up, is kind of what we're starting to see here, right? Where lots of shorts open up into support, okay? What we deem support, right? And this can get pretty messy, right, for these short trades pretty quickly. Meaning, right, that if we get a long trade set up here, okay, we can look for a short squeeze up, right? And of course, this short squeeze could possibly take us to all-time high because, of course, we have front run all-time high, okay? Or we could get a bit of a short squeeze, right? And then the longs start to come in, okay? The FOMO longs, and then they take us up, of course, to all-time high. So that's something that we have to be aware of as well, because we have to, I say this a lot, where we need to have an understanding of what is moving price. It's a very, very important thing to have a good understanding of what is moving price. Okay, because what's moving price can decide where price can go next as well, right? So again, if we're seeing lots of short trades open up here, okay, there is, right, a pretty high probability that if price starts to rise a little bit, that we're going to see price continue to rise. Okay, why? Because there is a reason for price to rise, because we've got shorts that would have to close out on a move up, right? And it's the same up here. Okay, it's the same up here. There was a reason for price to pull back because there were lots of long trades that opened up who could be squeezed out. Okay, so again, it's always looking for a reason why price is moving, and then for a reason why price could then move in a certain direction. Okay, that's what I like to look for, right? That's what gives you high probability trades. That's what gives you high probability trade setups. Okay, looking for a clear, identifiable reason for price to move. Okay, for price to move in. So that's what I'm going to be monitoring here. That's exactly what I am monitoring here. So you can see 26 million, 11 million shorts. So this is a huge amount of shorts opening up here, like a huge amount of shorts. Okay, and of course, where are we? Right. Well, we are at, we have tapped, the weekly, the monthly naked point of control, okay, both the weekly, both the monthly naked point of control, onto, of course, that POC as well, okay? So there is lots, upon lots of support here, right? Again, going through it, we have the POC, we have the weekly naked point of control, and we have that monthly naked point of control as well. Okay, so there is a lots of support, and we are bouncing off of this. But at the same time, okay, we're seeing a lot of shorts coming in. So we're of course looking at retail traders here who are FOMO shorting, okay, because they are seeing this price pullback. Okay, they don't want to miss this pullback. They've probably been wrecked on a long trade. Okay, and they are looking at this, right, and they are saying, I need to be short right now, with no real understanding of why they are short, the reason in which they are shorting, okay? They're kind of just over leverage, over positioning themselves, putting themselves into a short position that has no real meaning to it, okay? Whereas if you go back up here, we entered into a short trade that had real purpose to it, real meaning to it, okay? There was a meaning to that short trade. Shorting here, it baffles me, right? It absolutely baffles me. What is down here, right, that is showing signs of weakness? I don't see weakness down here, really. Okay, I don't see a sign of weakness down here. Okay, yes, price could continue lower, right? But I don't really see a sign of weakness. I'm actually starting to see a sign of strength down here. Okay, what are we doing? Right, what are we doing right now? Okay, we are actually swing failure patterning this low here. Okay, onto, of course, those naked points of control, right, onto that POC, right? And if we do get that trade entry trigger, this is actually a very, very bullish sign, because, again, going over to the order flow, we've got millions upon millions of shorts at the low, right? Price is rising, shorts have opened. What are we looking for here? We're looking for these to then be trapped. So we're going to wait for that, that bit of confirmation of, okay, these traders are now trapped, right? Once we see that, once we form that failed auction, swing failure pattern, whatever it's going to be, okay, then, of course, we can enter into that long trade and we can look for higher prices. Whether we look for all-time high, okay, we don't know that yet, right? We want to be taking profits along the way up, of course. But yeah, this is looking good. If we zoom in a little bit as well, okay, you can actually see that the POC for this candle that we're in here. Okay, let's go in. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Okay, well, so this one here, sorry. Okay, this candle here, right? The POC of the candle, okay, exactly like you've got a POC of a fixed range, right? The point of control of this candle here is at the low of the candle, okay, at the low of the candle, right? So the low we made is at 67,150, Okay, the low that we made here, okay, is 67,525. The POC is at 67,700. Okay, so that POC of that candle, right, is pretty low down here. Okay, it's pretty low down. It's almost at the bottom. Okay, telling us that in this candle where 12 million shorts opened up, the majority of them opened up at the low. Okay, the majority of these trades have opened up lower down rather than higher up. Okay, and that is telling us, right, that these shorts are opening up at the low. Okay, that's telling us that these shorts are opening up at the low. And again, this is a very, very simple concept, right? Where if price starts to rise a little bit, what is happening to these shorts? They are being put offside. They are being put into a losing trade, right? And we know what retail traders are like. We know, how emotional they get. Okay, we know what new traders are like. We know how emotional they are. Okay, and how over leveraged, over positioned they get themselves in. The types of trades, right? They're over leveraged, over positioned. Okay, and it can get, very, very quickly. Very quickly, what we can see is those traders, of course, get emotional, get fearful, close their trades, or even if they're just over leveraged, over positioned, they can get liquidated. Right, their stop loss gets hit. Right, all of these things, okay, causes, of course, these shorts to buy back into the market, which of course is rising price. Okay, it's a very, very simple concept, right? But no one understands it really. Okay, no one takes acknowledgement of it. Okay, so this is what I said earlier. It's very important to understand why price is moving in what direction. Okay, why price is moving down. Okay, well, price has just moved down here because we've seen millions of shorts open up. Great, that's a good move down. But we understand that we're now coming into support. We're seeing price rise. Okay, what could happen to those shorts that have just opened up? Well, they could get squeezed out. Right now, is this going to take us back up to all-time high to then finally take out all-time high, or is it just going to be a move up for then another move down? Right, we don't know. We don't care. Right, of course, we're just looking to, of course, get into that trade, right, and of course, take profits along the way up. This is a nice take profit. This is a nice take profit. All-time high. That's a nice take profit. We can look for like 3 TPs here. Okay, of course, having that risk management in check, okay, and everything in check, right? Right now, right, for me, not looking to take the long trade yet, okay? I'm looking for the long trade here, right? I'm not looking to get it yet. What we also have here as well, which is very important, is this VWAP from this low here, which has been respected amazingly, right? If we have a look at it on the 4 hour, we've respected it perfectly, okay? And what are we doing here? Right, we've come down, we've tapped those naked point of controls, those levels of interest for me. We're seeing price rise, and what are we doing? We're reclaiming this VWAP. So for me, this is actually exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see price come and take out these naked points of control, and I really wanted price to kind of hold this VWAP. We didn't have to, we could get a bit of a fake out of the VWAP. Maybe we get a candle close below it, right, and then break back above it. For me, that's still acceptable. That's a sign of strength, getting back above it, right? But yeah, for me, okay, holding that as well is kind of just adding to the confluence, right? It is just adding to the confluence, right? So I am liking this. I'm liking where we are now. Of course, on the lower time frames, we can of course look for that lower time frame reclaim as well. So yeah, I guess it's patience here, right? I guess it's patience. And I mean, if I do get this long trade as well, right, I'm going to be a little bit more inclined to take some more profits off of this long, of course, as well. Off this trade, this short trade. And that's kind of, how I will view this, right? If I've got I've still got $1,500 unrealized in this trade. Okay. So if I, of course, I'm looking to take a long and looking for higher prices here, I de-risk myself from that short trade a little bit. Again, I've moved my stop loss to entry on that short trade, so it's completely risk-free. So yeah, de-risking myself, but closing a bit more of the trade, making it a bit more profitable. James Manfred. Good to see you here, my friend. I don't believe I've ever seen you here before. So, yeah, it's good to see you. In the FPBS, you only see the market sells and only long liquidations. Yeah, so yeah, this is, in the order flow, right? This is all market orders, right? I understand that this is all market orders. We can view where limit orders are as well. Okay, we have to, kind of look for it. Okay, you can view where the limit orders are. For an example, let's go out to the 6 hour, because I know we've got some here. Right, we can see some big absorption here, right? Big absorption. What does this indicate? Well, this indicates, right, lots of buy limit orders here. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't show the buy limit orders, but we can kind of, just find them, right? And we know, right, that when we get this absorption here, okay, that there are a lot, okay, usually institutions, usually big players, right, with big buy limit orders here, who of course are absorbing all of those sells into the market. And of course, those sells get exhausted, right? Once they get exhausted, price tends to reverse in the opposite direction. So yeah, we can kind of still view limit orders, but yeah, you're 100% correct there. We can only see market sells, and yeah, long liquidations, short liquidations as well. But that's all we need. That's all we need. If you've been following this channel for a while now, okay, I believe I've proven myself time and time again. If you're in the Discord, of course, you will of course know that as well. But yeah, that's all we need. We don't need anything else, in all honesty. The order flow is everything that I need in this market, right? It gives us so much information, right? So much information. It's just unbelievable. And yeah, just as an example, right? This short trade here, it was all based off of having a good understanding of order flow, right? What was happening up here? What was happening? We had millions upon millions of longs opening up at these highs, right? At these highs, let's just make it easier for ourselves, right? Let's go into the 6 hour. Millions of longs up here, 46 million at the high, right? 46 million at the high, right? Price, of course, then starts to pull back slightly. And that, of course, puts 46 million longs offside. 46 million longs offside is an extremely bearish sign, right? Because at some point, they're going to get liquidated, right? They're going to be forced out of their trade, right? And that, of course, is just selling into the market. And then it's that domino effect that I talk about all of the time, where long trades cover, right? Selling into more long trades who then cover. And it's just that domino effect and forces price down. And, that's exactly what we've seen. Again, if you've been following the channel for a while, you will know this. I've talked about this a lot. That's what has caused each and every one of these moves down, okay? Because everybody was longing every single move up, right? Every single move up, and they were getting completely wrecked on the move down. We were just seeing these huge long squeezes, right? And it was just that domino effect of longs covering, selling into more longs who cover, and it's just continued, right? And the only thing that actually stopped that right here was, of course, that absorption that I just showed you, right? That was the only thing that saved us, right? All of those big buy limit orders sat in this area here, okay, is the only thing that saved us, and of course put us into this bullish structure, which is really nice to see. Why don't you use net longs and net shorts? I do use net longs and net shorts. So yeah, I've got them up here. I just don't look at them all the time, to be perfectly honest with you. I do look at them, but I don't feel the need to look at them all of the time, to be honest with you, because you can kind of get enough information on on the footprint bar statistics. It gives you a lot. But yeah, of course, I will use the net longs, net shorts as well. It's very very good tool as well. But yeah, I don't have to look at it all of the time. But yeah, I'm liking where we are now. I am liking where we are now for a possible long trade here. Okay, give it a bit more. I just want to be a little bit more patient on this, because we could continue lower here, right? We could continue lower if we start to lose this support here, right? I'm really not interested in taking a long if we start to lose that. So I want to be a little bit more patient here, and wait, of course, for like that swing failure pattern, and then that confirmed swing failure pattern, that trade entry trigger, to of course then get that long trade, right? And even like a bit of a reclaim of that VWAP as well would be really, really helpful. Because yeah, like I said, we've used this VWAP as so much support, so it would be nice to see that. But I mean, if we decide to go lower, and it's like, even if I do take a long trade here, okay, let's say we only see a little bit of a bounce up, okay, and we continue lower. Of course, I'm still going to want to have a bit of that short trade open. So yeah, all right, if we do get that long trade set up, maybe I will take some more profits off of the table on this short trade, but I will still leave a little bit left open, like I always do, right? I'll always leave a little bit left open because, there is, of course, that possibility that we do not actually come up and make another higher high, right? Maybe we start to form bearish structure here. Not saying that we are, but it's just a possibility, okay? And we could actually go lower, and of course, I want to take advantage of that. Of course, I will be looking for a short on any rise towards the upside. As long as I see what I want to see, of course, which is that weakness. Okay, if I see the weakness, then of course I will take that trade. If I do not see the weakness, though, I won't take that trade. Okay, it's exactly like here. I'm seeing the strength here. I like the strength here. Okay, I think we are showing signs of strength here. Okay, it's just give it a bit more time, and then I can make that decision on whether I want to take that long trade or not. But it looks good so far. It looks good. Like I said, we've got lots of shorts that have just opened up. FOMO late shorts who don't really know what they're doing. So we're also getting a bit of some long trades coming in as well here. Ideally, I wouldn't want to see a huge amount of long trades opening up here. It can help, but I kind of want to be doing what the opposite. That's the aim of the game for me. Right, do the opposite of what the majority of the market is doing. It sounds stupid, okay, but if you think about it logically, how many people fail in this market? 95% of the people fail 95% of the time. So if you're doing the opposite to them, you have a much, much higher chance of being successful. So it's exactly kind of it's what my strategy kind of is built on, right? Doing the opposite of everybody else. When everybody's FOMO longing, I'm looking, of course, for that short trade. When everyone's FOMO shorting, kind of like we're seeing here, right? I'm looking, of course, for that long trade. Because we know retail traders, I know I am a retail trader myself. Again, I like to kind of distance myself from that term of retail trader because, we know how, we know how they, how they get through these markets, right? They don't really, they don't really profit much in this market, right? So, again, I don't like to associate myself. And if you're really trying to make profit in these markets, you need to stay clear of that retail title, right? Those, again, retail trading patterns as well. Retail trading patterns are, are not things that I would ever trade. Been through that, and didn't work out for me. Again, like I say this all the time as well. I will acknowledge retail trading patterns. I will acknowledge them. Triangle patterns, head and shoulders. But I mean, it's more of the case of, okay, are we going to see a fake out because everybody's longing the breakout type thing, or are we going to long the breakdown because everybody's shorting the breakdown down type thing, right? That's kind of how I view it. Instead of we're breaking out, I'm going to long. Again, I would never ever enter into a long trade off of a breakout. It's just that's what I used to do 2 years ago, and 2 years ago I was losing a lot of money consistently in these markets. So I would never ever go back. I would never ever go back to that. Quick look at the stock market as well. The stock market, okay, was having a bit of a pullback here, okay, and we are starting to see a little bit of a recovery, here, which of course, Bitcoin's doing the same thing as well. Like I've been saying recently, Bitcoin and the stock market have been very, very correlated. Sometimes they decouple slightly. Remember when we saw the stock market making new all-time highs, and then Bitcoin was continuing to go lower, right? And then, like I was saying, right, if the stock market continues to go higher, we're going to see Bitcoin eventually follow it, and that's what happened. But yeah, at this moment in time, right, we're kind of seeing them very, very correlated, quite tightly, which is good to see. How long are you so far into trading? So yeah, since March 2020. Well, in terms of like technical analysis trading. So before that, it was more just investing. But maybe for like a year, I had no knowledge. I was just putting my money in things that I thought were good. But yeah, actually trading, good 4 years now. 2 of the years, I can quite proudly say were unsuccessful, extremely unsuccessful. But I'm very, very glad I went through that stage. I think everybody everybody does go through that stage, and I think it's a good thing that everybody goes through that thing, because it's it's the learning process, right? It's the learning process. And now, I've been 2 years consistent, full time, right? This is, what I've been doing full time, which again, I'm quite proud to say as well. So, again, you got to get through that tough stage. You got to find what works. And it took me 2 years to find what works. 2 years. It was a long, long time. But I mean, once you get through it, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? But everything's personal. I say this a lot. Everything's personal in this market, right? What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you, right? What works for me, though, I think will work for most people, because how I trade is more intraday swing trades. For example, scalp trading, day trading. It's pretty impossible for the average person with a 9 to 5 to do, right? Because they're required to work between that 9 to 5 period, and you really need to be at the charts, right, rather than being at work during that 9 to 5 period, to of course be analyzing the markets, understanding the markets, learning the markets, and naturally just trading the markets. But again, it's for the average person, it's not reality. You can't just quit your job and start trading. You can't do that. So how I got into it was swing trading, right? And that's kind of what I've stuck to. Of course, I now take the more intraday trades as well. Sometimes I am day trading if the markets are suiting that, right? But yeah, swing trades, intraday trades are the preferred thing to do. Why does your Whoop server cost so much? I guess that's just how much I think it's worth, to be honest with you. I guess that's how much I think it's worth. So, I mean, it's how much I think it's worth, to be honest with you. And I think I do give some very, very valuable information away in here. The in the daily market, both the daily market updates and of course in the Discord as well. The short trade here, okay, that I have open right here. This short trade was given to the team, of course, in the Discord. This was all the way back on the 20. Oh, so it was the 29th, not the 30th. I don't know why I thought it was. Oh no, sorry, it was the 30th. Yeah, there, the 30th. So that was back on the 30th. And this is all in the time as well. You can see this screenshot was at 8:21, and I put it in the chat at 8:21. So it's all in the time, live updates. You can go back to of course all the other trades that I've taken as well. I've got a pretty good track record in here. I guess the proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is all in here. These are just some of the previous trades we've taken. Literally being as transparent as possible with you in this Discord. That is the goal, transparency. Every trade I take is given in here. I do believe it's very valuable information. Of course, it's my opinion, but So literally, this was planning out the trade here. This is kind of what we were looking for. And then what actually happened? Well, we got that short trade. exactly like we planned. We got that short trade, we got that pullback. We continued on down, as you can see there. Of course, sharing the profits, as well. So yeah, it's just valuable in my opinion. What's this? Swing long from the failed auctions. We've taken a lot of long trades from those from those lows. Those were doing really, really well. So yeah, again, just sharing everything. It's just, I sit here at this computer all day. Well, not as much anymore, but I sit at these computers pretty much all day, every day. Well, especially Monday to Friday. I'm always in and around my workspace, right, around my computer, because of course the markets are always doing something and always giving us opportunities. So I'm always, needing to be there and be ready and waiting. And then it's literally just a screen away to, of course, update everybody with what I'm doing in the time. But yeah, I think, in all honesty, I will leave that there. I know it's a little bit shorter today, a little bit, yeah. I'm a little bit less enthusiastic today. I'm quite tired today. I had a friend's birthday, so yeah, I guess you can understand how that went, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get myself some dinner and get myself ready for bed. So you only use footprint and volume clusters. Yeah, not always. So I can, but yeah, I mean, in terms of so looking at, of course, the footprint bar statistics, looking at the open interest, looking at the CVD, I am looking at volume clusters, right? Delta cluster, volume cluster. Sometimes I will look at the time-based chart. So instead of volume-based, it will be time-based. Sometimes I will look at that, but not as much as the volume. I prefer the volume, in all honesty. But yeah, this Exo charts and TradingView. That's all I use. That's all I need. And again, I've proven myself time and time again on this channel, and of course on the Discord, of course. Are you vaccinated? Are you talking about the COVID vaccine? I am not vaccinated. No, I do not. Yeah, I did not. I don't want to get political here. I do not believe in that. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'm not vaccinated. Not. I'm very happy. I'm not. But yeah, this is all you need. This is all you need to understand the markets, really, and fully understand the markets, right? To take advantage of these markets, right? In my opinion, this is all you need. How do you read the delta clusters? So, I mean, this. I could go on for hours talking about this. Again, like I said, I do need to cut it a little bit short today, but yeah, there are three things. I'll give you this. There are three things I look for. Okay, when entering into a trade, I look for trap traders. Okay, that's the biggest one. I look for trap traders. Love looking for trap traders. That's exactly the short trade that I'm in now. Trap traders. Okay, the long trade I'm looking for here, trap traders, right? Another thing that I look for as well is absorption, right? CVD absorption, because that's when you can kind of see where these big players are buying up, right? And then the other thing, okay, is when a huge portion of the market has been stopped out. Just to give you an example of that, right here. Okay, I took a long trade from there. I took a long trade from there. I took a long trade from that low there. Right, all of those were given in the Discord. Okay, all of those long trades were given in the Discord. The proof is in that Discord. The proof is here on this YouTube channel. Right, all of that proof is there. Okay, all of that proof is there. I took those 3 long trades. What did I take those 3 long trades based off of? Okay, well, I took those 3 long trades based off of a huge portion of the market getting stopped out on each of these moves down. Okay, all of those trades, right, were taken because of that one reason. Okay, all of these trades, right, from the highs were taken because of trapped traders. Right, so all of those trades, you know, even these ones here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here, right, they're all taken because of trapped traders, right? And then of course that domino effect that I talk about a lot as well, right? And then of course the absorption. So this trade setup that we had there, that trade setup kind of there as well, right? Both of those were absorption type trades. Okay, there was also a really nice one that I took all the way back here as well, right? That was absorption based, right, where we saw big players buying up. Of course, price then saw that big move up, right? So those are the three types of trades I take. Looking for trap traders in the order flow, right, looking for absorption in the order flow, and looking for when a huge portion of the market have been wrecked in the order flow, right? So all of the trades I have to use order flow for. Right, I have to. Otherwise, I will not know. I would not know what's going on in these markets. Right, absolutely have no understanding. Last one. Do you drink alcohol? Very rarely. Very, very, very rarely. Yeah, I drank on the weekend for the first time in maybe 2-3 months. So very, very rarely. I don't go out. I prefer to stay at home. It's just yeah, what I like to do, right? So yeah, I will of course leave that there. Yeah, sorry it's a little bit shorter, but yeah, I do need to get my dinner, feed my dog, and yeah, probably get myself to bed a little bit earlier today because yeah, it's still recovering, still recovering because like I said, I don't drink often, so you know, I let myself have a bit of a treat, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's not something I like to do every weekend, in all honesty. So yeah, I will leave that there. Of course, if you haven't already, please do smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you as well. And of course, if you want to get access to the Discord, that's the first link in the description. That's where you get everything, all of my trades, all of the updates, daily market updates, all of that good stuff, education, all of that. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is not good. Almost. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about drinking, then yeah, I mean the odd day drinking here and there is for me it's okay. Again, I'm not a big drinker whatsoever. I haven't drank in a very long time, so I thought, you know what, it's a friend's birthday, I might as well do it. But yeah, again, have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be a little bit more energetic, a little bit more prepared tomorrow. But yeah, I just thought I'd come and update you all because yeah, I know that we are coming into a pretty critical level. So yeah, take care, everybody, and thank you for watching. See you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do.